The mindset of a rich woman. The truth nobody talks about. She wasn't born rich. She was built in silence. Most people see the cars, the confidence, the calm power when she walks into a room. What they don't see is what it cost her to get here. They don't see the nights she cried quietly into her pillow because she couldn't tell anyone she was broke. They don't see the moments she sat in her car for an hour before walking into work, just to look composed. Everyone says they want to be a rich woman, but almost no one wants to face what it takes to think like one. Because a rich woman doesn't start with money. She starts with a mind that refuses to settle. 10 years ago, she was a people pleaser with potential. The kind of woman everyone liked, but no one respected. She was always the nice one, the helpful one, the one who worked late, took on extra tasks, never complained. But every time promotion day came, she watched someone else, usually a man, get rewarded for her effort. And she'd smile and say, "It's okay, maybe next time." Even though deep down her soul was screaming, "I was never born to play small. You're too emotional. You're too ambitious. You're intimidating." They said those words like they were insults. But one day, she realized they were actually compliments. There's always a moment when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the fear of change. For her, it came on a rainy Tuesday. She was sitting in the office, staring at a paycheck that couldn't even cover her rent. And she looked at her boss, a man with half her discipline, half her drive, and she thought, if he can run this place with that mindset, then what the hell am I doing playing small? That night, she didn't go home to scroll her phone or binge another show. She went home and wrote one question on a blank sheet of paper. What would happen if I finally bet on myself? From that night on, she became a student of the wealthy. Not the kind who flash their success, the kind who build it quietly. She read. She studied. She learned how money moves, how power works, how mindset shapes destiny. Every morning at 5 a.m., she repeated the same mantra: discipline over drama, vision over validation. And slowly, something inside her started to shift. She stopped chasing approval and started chasing alignment. Transformation is expensive, not in money, but in relationships. The moment she started growing, people around her started leaving. Her old friends said, "You've changed." And she said, "I was supposed to." She stopped gossiping, stopped complaining, stopped explaining herself to people who didn't get it. She learned that sometimes you must walk alone to hear your own voice. It hurt, more than she expected. There were nights she questioned everything. Am I crazy for wanting more? What if I fail and prove them right? But something deeper whispered back, what if you fly and prove yourself right? So she kept going. She failed. She learned. She rebuilt. Until the pain of growth became the proof of progress. One day, she woke up and realized she no longer thought like everyone else. A poor mindset asks, "Can I afford this?" A rich mindset asks, "How can I create this?" A poor mindset says, "It's not fair." A rich mindset says, "It's my responsibility." A poor mindset waits for opportunity. A rich mindset creates it. And here's what most people never understand. Money doesn't change you. It reveals you. When she finally started making money, she didn't buy things to prove a point. She invested to build freedom. She built a brand, not just a bank account. She learned that true wealth isn't the number in your account. It's the calm in your spirit when no number can shake you. Because once you master your mind, money simply becomes your mirror. Today, when she walks into a room, she doesn't need to announce her success. Her silence speaks louder than words. Her presence carries the weight of someone who has met pain and turned it into power. She's not the loudest in the room. She's the calmest. And that's why everyone listens when she speaks. People call her lucky. They don't see the sacrifices she buried under her smile. The hours, the heartbreaks, the nights she was both the warrior and the wound. But that's what separates dreamers from doers. Dreamers want comfort. Doers want change. And she chose change. Every single day. The mindset of a rich woman isn't about luxury. It's about leadership. She leads her life like a business, with standards, not excuses. She doesn't chase love. She attracts loyalty. She doesn't beg for validation. She earns respect. She doesn't count followers. She builds impact. Because she knows. Money is loud. Wealth whispers. She understands that being rich is not the end goal. It's the result of becoming the kind of person who creates value. And that's the secret. You don't get rich by chasing money. You get rich by becoming someone money chases. So the next time you see a woman walking like she owns the room, remember, she probably built that confidence in a room where nobody clapped. She wasn't born rich. She decided to be. And if you're listening right now, maybe this is your sign to stop asking for permission and start thinking like the woman you're meant to become. Because the truth is, your mindset is your first investment. So tell me in the comments, do you think wealth begins in your wallet or in your mind?